If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give some shouts out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. King James, Shiny Denise, what's up? What's up? What's up? Lisa, Tay, African Pride. Who's that? DJ, what's up? Eating good. What's up, Ben? Tony O, Jaden, Cleveland, Tina Marie. Got a cousin named Tina Marie. Going in, fam, going in. This is going to be an informative episode here. It's going to be informative. You're going to learn something right here. You're going to learn something. So, this podcaster by the name of Myron, he's actually he's pretty big. He hosts this podcast called Fresh and Fit. Myron is the guy's name, right? So Myron is, the type of dude that calls women out. That's really what the show is about. Just talking about women's shortcomings and how they need to do better, right? Letting women know, hey, if you want a good man, this is what you got to do. That type of thing, right? Now, this brother pulls up on Myron. I don't know where they are. I don't know what city they're in. Let me see if I can move this over a little bit. Maybe I can find out what police vehicle that is. Now, I can't tell. I can't tell where they are. But let's see. Hold on. Maybe I can get them right here. It's hard to tell. In any event, the guy confronts Marlon while he's doing a live broadcast, right? He's out on the street, doing a podcast, doing his podcast. Guy confronts him. Hey, let him know I don't like what you're talking about black women, the way you disrespect black women. You wouldn't dare do that to me, because I'm the type of N-word that'll throw this drink in your face. I'll walk up there and throw the drink in your face. Marlon tells him that would not be a good idea. Against his better judgment, he calls Marlon's bluff, approaches him, and then this big guy come out of nowhere, this guy about twice as big as him, comes out of nowhere and pushes the guy. Tells the guy, get on with that, Now, all that's cool, because, okay, the man is out here trying to do his job, and here you come confronting him, and then you got pushed. You wasn't really ready, and you allowed yourself to get really clowned, right? Now, here's the deal. Let's break it down. Let's unpack this thing. So, one, I do not believe dude was wrong in confronting Marlon, because Marlon really goes out of his way to talk down on black women specifically. He goes out of his way to do that. So it's kind of refreshing to see somebody who is willing to check him, who is willing to take that chance. But that wasn't the guy, right? Because he wasn't even ready. He wasn't prepared. First of all, you never, ever, ever announce your intentions when you are planning to attack somebody. The dude advertised, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'll do this. Nah, you don't announce it, you just do it. See, that's the problem with a lot of internet cats. You know, they love to talk about what they're gonna do. And the only reason why they talk about what they're gonna do is because they're hoping like hell that the internet keeps them at a safe distance. Keep them at a safe distance from that clapback. And every now and then somebody pull up on them and give them the blues. But oftentimes they're able to stay at a safe distance and run that mouth. Now this dude, he wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash. He goes up there, totally ill prepared, threatening a guy, and he gets himself embarrassed. Stop, number one, announcing your intentions when in regards to conflict. Stop telling people what you're gonna do. In fact, you shouldn't really let it, if you know you're gonna engage in conflict, if you know that that conflict is imminent, you really shouldn't let a person know your temperament. You really shouldn't let them know how badly you want to break them in half, how badly you want to down them. You really don't want them to know that. For one, you can get yourself ambushed like that, and they can get you before you get them. But two, you don't want to get the popos no evidence, because they're gonna play it in court. If you end up on the short end or the long end, you're giving the prosecution or the defense evidence to use against you. So that's just not wise. All that threatening and stuff, that ain't wise. That's just not a smart thing to do. Moving on. So, dude, even though, one might say, morally or whatever, the dude was correct in checking him about disrespecting the women and stuff like that. Legally, he was in the wrong to come up there and get into Marlon's space. And so Marlon was right in his, in checking him and in responding, in a way that, in the way that he did. Except the part where he said, you see, this dude, and I'm paraphrasing, he said something about dude was playing into the negative stereotypes. He fit the negative stereotype, coming in, he loud, and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, don't everybody fit into the negative stereotype? Like, don't every single person who commits a foul act or does something egregious, don't they fit into a negative stereotype? Like every single person. So every group is overrepresented when it comes to doing something that fits into a stereotype. So that type of comment is not necessary, because it's kind of makes it seem like, oh, there they go again. It's the 15%. When we know we got to get off that number anyway. I don't know where the hell that number keeps coming from. 12%. I don't know where that number keeps coming from, because I'm sure that black people represent at least 20% of this country. So I don't know where that number keeps coming from. Well, I know where it comes from, But anyway, fam, yeah, I didn't think that was cool. There we go with a negative stereotype. He's fitting into the stereotype. You can turn that internet on just like I saw him on the internet. You can log on to the internet and you're gonna see every single race being overrepresented with negative stereotypes. So it ain't even necessary to even say something like that. Moving on. He also said, in case you were wondering, the guy is 5'6". Okay, he's 5'6". What does 5'6" have to do with anything? Let me tell you a little story about size. I wrote the song Size Ain't Shit for Bushwick Bill. So I know something about size. When I was growing up, you know, I routinely knocked out dudes who was 200 pounds plus. And my entire teenage years, I probably didn't weigh more than 160 pounds. I routinely knocked them out. I'm talking about easy, knocked them out easily. It wasn't even no struggle. So that don't mean nothing. That size thing don't mean nothing. Most dudes would be, most big dudes can't fight no way because they never had to really fight. They get by on intimidation. So most of them don't even know how to, they don't know, most of these big dudes, they don't know a left hook from a fish hook. Also, when I visited Death Row years ago, Huntsville Death Row in Texas. When I visited Death Row, there were most of the guys who were on death row were under 5'10". Most of them. Do you hear what I'm saying? Most of those guys that were on death row were under 5'10". And death row keep a nice fat list of death row inmates. So that don't mean nothing. See, that we are right now, we are walking on a lot of dudes right now. A lot of big dudes we walking on them right now because they thought that their size equated to victory. They thought just because they was big, they was gonna win the fight. And next thing you know, ding ding fries and shake, or they got stuck, or somebody popped them up. The one thing about them bullies ain't scared of no size. Them bullets ain't scared. Them bullets and knives and them sticks and even hands. They're not afraid of size. They don't have a brain. They're not afraid. Especially when you start talking about them bullets. Now it might take a brain to stick somebody, to poke somebody, to swing on somebody or something like that. But them bullets, man, when them bullets come out that chamber, man, them bullets going in whatever direction you point. And they ain't scared. Bullet ain't gonna get to you and say, hold on, man, he big. Go around. And then just drop. No, the bullet is going to pierce that skin just as it would if you were shooting a deer. Those bullets are going to penetrate that skin. It's going to puncture that skin and puncture those arteries and organs. And in some cases, you are going to die. There have been little kids who have squeezed the trigger, sometimes inadvertently, but there have been little kids who have squeezed triggers and killed people. I'm talking about kids as young as 5 and 6 years old. So size don't mean nothing. If you are counting on size to intimidate people and push people around and win fights and arguments, and you're gonna mess around and find yourself lying on the ground somewhere struggling for oxygen. Because everybody ain't scared. Everybody don't look at their size and get intimidated. Some people look at their size just like they do racist. Some people look at their size and say, not today, you got the right one. Oh, I know he thinking he gotta win because he a big boy. Oh, I see what he think. Oh, okay. And some people get extra offended by somebody thinking that they're an easy lick just because they're smaller. So now they really motivated to take you down. I saw a video of this little white dude, little old bitty white dude was sitting in a cart. It looked like they were at a beach. Y'all may have seen this. It's a viral video. Little white dude sitting in the car, and this big white dude, big old cornbread fed white boy come in and try to snatch him out the car. He tried to swing on him while he was sitting in the car. Buddy opened that door and grabbed that thing. Bam, 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 bam. Laid him down. When he tried to run, when he saw Buddy get that, when first Buddy was trying to reach for the gun and he started trying to wrestle it away from him, but Buddy got to him and he pointed that thing, bam! He turned, tried to run, dude kept clapping, bam, bam, and just like that. See, he was counting on that size. He thought his size was going to automatically grant him victory. Y'all better stop thinking that. That's old. That's been old. To me, that was old a long time ago. I saw people, young, little bitty dudes killing people early. I saw little dudes killing early. So I know. And I saw little dudes whooping big dudes early. So I know that size and that muscles and all that stuff, that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing to a real hitter. A hitter will get you anyway. That don't mean nothing. The only thing standing between a hitter and you is opportunity. That's it. That's my time, fam. Y'all enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll be back with another live today. Until then, no more talk.